welcome to an episode of QI that is jam-packed with J-words. Joining me to joust and jostle in tonight's J-themed jamboree are the jazzy Bill Bailey, the jet-propelled Jimmy Carr, the jasmine-scented Victoria Coren, and that jolly jackanapes Alan Davis. Now we have fantastically obscure and recondite J buzzers. Bill goes... That's a jarana.
It's a jarana, yes.
It's a Mexican percussive.
Yes, you strum it with a gel.
Exactly. And Victoria goes... That's a Finnish instrument called a yuika. And Jimmy goes...
I'd imagine I'll get this. Good. Good, correct. Well, I think we both know. Tell them.
It's actually it's a Russian instrument. It's a halalaika. And finally, Alan goes...
Jewish harp.
It is. It was originally called a Jaws harp because it's it's played lying in the mouth like that. Anyway, to get you in the mood, what do these unfamiliar J words mean?
Oh,
lots of...
Janker. I've heard of
Janker.
jankers.
And
That's an army thing, isn't it?
Yes. Jankers is an army punishment, isn't it?
Cleaning latrines or peeling 10,000
That's
spuds.
right. You put on jankers.
It looks like lots of them are minced oaths.
What was that? A minced?
Minced oaths, like saying fudge or sugar, like a powderised version of a swear word.
It's like saying bicarbonate of soda,
Or shut the front door.
or fuck crying out loud.
Have you ever said that, though, really?
What, fuck crying out
Fuck crying out loud.
Works very well.
Have you?
Or fuck Christ's sake, yeah.
Or photographers that follow you. Why don't you just photograph someone else?
Jollop?
It's a juice, some sort of ungent, some sort of
Unguent.
fluid.
A jollop is actually a Turkish wattle.
I'm going to say bluff.
Bluff.
Sorry, is it the wrong game?
It's a good word. It's a good word, yeah. Or it can mean a strong liquor.
Jollop.
Yeah.
Strong liquor.
Which is
Don't.
maybe where wild...
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
Hey.
I was gonna, but I didn't.
And gentacular.
Is this what friends of Jennifer Aniston say, how she looks before she goes out?
Spectacular.
No, it means pertaining to breakfast.
Oh, it does not.
It really does.
Why?
I know,
But
really...
why do you need that, though, in your life?
Well, you have a lunchy word. It's a lunchy type of thing. It's a breakfasty type of thing.
What's on
What's the
earth?
lunch word, then?
So you would say toast is a bit gentacular?
Yeah.
This toast is gentacular.
Yeah.
When has anyone ever said that, ever?
These are unusual words, I grant you.
OK, so we don't need to know that word, is what you're saying?
No. But
So I need to forget that now, because that's taken up vital space I need for pin numbers, really useful things in my brain.
But just
Not what I should say about breakfast. Ooh, it's 11. Oh, I said gentacular, what an idiot!
Here, really, to astonish you,
Go
is
on.
one of these words on this board has 28 separate meanings. And I'm going to put those meanings up, and you tell me which word it is. Back passage, vagina, penis, jobby...
Jollops. Junt.
Jobby, you think? Jigger. We're getting a lot of jiggering from the audience. Ouija board,
It must be jigger.
Golf
I'm
club.
with jigger.
Jigger is the right answer. I'm going to share 5 points with Victoria and 5 points with the audience. Wow. The word jigger has all those definitions. It's a measuring device, a jigger of rum.
Yes.
A snooker rest, an odd-looking person, Bill. Sorry, I'm just an odd-looking person. A distillery. Look,
Don't say vagina and then point to me.
penis.
Again.
Woman's coat. That's a nice thingamy.
You see,
Door,
now,
pulley.
people do complain that there aren't any good words for vagina. There's no way of saying it that sounds nice. Jigger is not the answer.
I think Twinkle Cave. It's a less offensive term for a foo-foo.
So, I'm sorry. So, jigger is back passage, vagina, penis...
Well, that's confusing right there.
Straight away.
Just stick it in a jigger. What?
Yeah.
We're going to have to be more
talking
specific.
about jigger 1 or jigger 2?
It's also a golf club, so if you ask your caddy, do you think I should pull my jigger out for this job? What do you think?
Yeah, get your jigger out, rest it on your jigger, stick it in my jigger, mind the jigger.
What about Ouija board? You're at a party and let's all put our fingers together on your jigger. It's moving. Is it doing that by itself, or are we making...
Potter's wheel. That was what they used to put on the TV when they ran out of programmes.
Yeah.
Just put the jigger on. Not that one!
Anyway. Certain
A revolving jig. No.
Certain words do double duty, certain words do triple duty. Words like jigger seem to do multiple duty. But what's the one thing we can all agree Hitler, Stalin and Franco got right and Mussolini got wrong?
Mussolini surrendered.
There's something the three mustachioed dictators loathed and detested, but that actually Mussolini rather liked.
Pasta.
Yes.
So you want about Simon Sharma? He'd never come up with that.
Let's stick with the letter J.
Jackets with jeans, like Clarkson.
No.
Oh, was it double denim?
That again doesn't really begin with
Doesn't
J.
J, does it?
J, jizz.
The 20th century.
J.
Yes! You're close. The 20th century.
I'm close.
20th century. You've only got
20th
one
century.
vowel.
Jazz.
Jazz. Jazz. Jazz music. I disagree with this question, basically. Our very, very naughty people have suggested that Hitler, Stalin and Franco were right for disliking jazz. I personally love jazz.
So you're saying that Hitler didn't like jazz?
Not just didn't
The
like
more
it.
I hear about this guy, the less I like it.
I know, I agree. Jazz was, to the Germans, was inimical, absolutely. They thought it was total evil. They thought it was completely against everything they stood for.
Yeah.
But Mussolini, oddly enough, for all his faults, and let's face it, there were many and grievous, he listened to jazz in private. His son, Romano, was one of post-war Italy's most celebrated jazz musicians. He played with Dizzy Gillespie, Duke Ellington and Chet Baker. You can't get much higher than that in the jazz world.
Wasn't that Hitler's thing with comedy as well? Well, he didn't like Jewish comedy because he felt like if you laughed with someone, presumably the same thing with music, if you enjoy their music, you couldn't hate them.
What you're experiencing there is cognitive dissonance.
Cognitive dissonance is exactly right.
I think you'll find your way.
Take the audience and the ladies and gentlemen home through cognitive dissonance.
Never mind them, take me through cognitive dissonance.
No, but it's exactly what you've described. It's the ability to hold two opposing opinions at the same time. They seem to contradict each other, but actually, yet, humans can do that.
Yeah.
Here's cognitive dissonance. Here I am on QI, like you see on the television, sitting by there. It's quite nice, everyone seems nice, I'm having a nice time.
Yeah.
And yet, we've had the question, what did Hitler get right? Which is exactly what my grandmother told me would happen if I went on television. Last night, I had an anxiety dream about coming on here. I was so terrified of it. And in the dream, I was sitting here, I think I was on the other side, and you were asking the question very sternly.
No.
Yes. The question was, why was the March hare so important to the Aztecs? And I didn't know the answer. And I said, did they worship it? And the screens went, worship it, worship it. Which was absolutely terrifying.
Stephen, ask the question, let's make it happen.
Yes, come on.
I'm such an amateur, I didn't even Google the answer.
That's an amazing dream.
It is a good dream.
That's very specific. You know, it's not like, I mean, I dream, I went up to the shops and bought some milk and some bread, and I wake up, I go, oh, where is it? And... I thought, I'm sure I went up the shop and got it, but clearly, well, that's a crazy dream. Must have been that blue cheese I had last night, but that...
Oh, yeah,
really...
Bill. Definitely the blue cheese was the issue.
Yeah, OK, all right.
Blue cheese.
Were you actually asleep? Or was this a sort of a premonition?
Well, we'll find out.
Well, yes, we will.
Can we just confirm this is happening now, isn't it?
Yes.
Could we not in one of Vicky's dreams? Because that would be...
That would be brilliant, though, wouldn't it? You could be the March Hare, I'll be the Aztecs. Bring it on.
Let's get some blue cheese.
So, now, here are 4 J birds. What immediately comes to mind when you look at them?
Wings.
Oh, it's J I'm after. There is something that allows you to recognise them that a bird spotter would call their...
Jizz.
Yes!
Yes.
You knew that?
Well, I'm a Twitcher, aren't I?
Yes!
Yes, jizz.
Quite right.
Jizz is an acronym, not... Don't think of where you might think it's going. It's the general impression, size and shape. And it came from, being able to spot planes in the war. You could spot the outline of planes from underneath. And it was a military term, jizz.
Yeah.
But birders use it as well.
Everything you say is believed by many, but unfortunately there's no evidence or provenance for that. So while you got the word absolutely right and there are points pouring your way for the actual explanation is not proven.
So there would be a book I could look up on the internet when I get home, Jizz on Birds, and that is fine?
Yes. Absolutely right.
I've got a lot growing up to do, is all I know.
The pop etymology is that it might be just is. In other words, you can't say specifically why that aeroplane is a Spitfire or that bird is a siskin. It just is.
It just is, yes.
Or even gist, the essence, the gist.
Oh, the essence, yeah.
But no one's quite sure. But the other kind of jizz is a contraction of the word jism.
Jism.
And what is the origin of what does that mean, jism?
What's the origin?
Jism, jizzar.
No.
I could tell you where it comes from. I could show you.
Yeah, no. No, you're not to do that.
Again.
Too late.
Yes. Jism has a meaning. Can you imagine what jism might mean? Jism means spirit or energy.
Ah.
Yeah.
Like a...
I withhold my jism.
Oh,
I
you
deny them.
Is that meant to encourage us? What's that doing?
It's spirit and energy.
Oh, yeah, sure. That looks like we're trying to sell some sort of massage CD.
Here's a top jizz fact.
Go on.
All right, imagine one little sperm.
Hang on.
Tiny, whiny little sperm.
Got it.
They're very, very small. You couldn't see it with the naked eye. Yeah. All right. Now...
No bigger than an acorn.
You know about computers and memories and things. They have information on them, which is expressed in terms of bytes, kilobytes or megabytes. How much information do you think is in the DNA of one little sperm? Just one?
I think it just says swim.
So that would be what, 1 bit?
1 bit.
1 bit.
1 bit of information, swim that way.
Either 1 bit or 1 trillion bits.
It's 37.5 megabytes.
Oh.
Which means that a normal ejaculation...
Talk about your hard drive.
...represents...
Is this just after you've logged off?
Yeah. Just going to plug in my dongle, Bill.
How many more of these can we go over the cliff?
As long as it's not a floppy, that's
You can still hold a lot in a floppy.
Yeah, you can. But a normal male ejaculation, if there is such a thing...
I came here to talk about the Aztecs.
Will you accept my personal apology, Victoria? Is the equivalent of 15,875 gigabytes. That's 15.8 terabytes. That's about 7,500 laptops worth of information in one ejaculation.
It's gone to waste, just thrown away.
Well, not necessarily.
Down the end of a sock.
Stop it.
What? You started it.
Yes, jizz, as you knew as a bird spotter, is that indefinable something, the shape, the gait, the outline that allows you to identify a bird. But we have the 4 birds we showed you.
You're going to say we have some jizz?
No.
We have some birds you can identify here by their jizz.
We literally do. We literally do.
Oh, look.
Yeah, they all begin with J. That's your clue.
Oh. I'm going to say that's a jayhawk.
No, that's not a hawk, is it? Look at it. I mean...
It's a hawk! What do you say?
How is that a hawk?
That is a hawk!
Down and picking up a rabbit?
That's not... That is to scale, Bill. That's the size of it.
Right. Oh, it's a long way off.
Have you
It's
seen
massive.
a hawk's beak and eye?
A hawk's beak, yes. It's
A
not
hawk's
a common
got
hawk.
It's a raptor. That's not a raptor. That's a flipping flycatcher or something.
You are very good. It's a flycatcher.
It's a flycatcher.
He's
There you go.
good.
Yeah,
He's
yes.
good.
Well, yeah, don't mess with the Jizzmeister.
I was second on that.
No, you weren't.
I came
You weren't even
second.
close.
A hawk?
You just mentioned a type of bird.
Right,
That's
okay,
not
well,
coming
stick up the
second.
next one. I'm pretty sure
That
I've
is,
got it.
just to finish it, that was a flycatcher. It was a Juan Fernandez tit tyrant.
God, here we go again.
Wait a minute.
Tyrant,
A Juan Fernandez tit tyrant.
Crested, spotty-chested member of the Tyrant Flycatcher
A
Company.
spotty-chested member.
Yeah.
There are points for knowing where the
This is
Juan
some-
Fernandez Islands are.
Juan Fernandez.
Breastcock Lane?
That's the spirit.
You are getting into this very much. The Juan Fernandez Islands?
It's somewhere in
South America, somewhere.
Yeah, Chile.
Chile, yeah, right.
Fair enough, yeah. OK, the
Okay.
next bird, this black one here.
It's
what's
some
that?
sort of... What is that? A bird of paradise? Was it? No,
Got
what is that?
massive green feet.
It's a weaver bird, in fact. If I tell you it's a weaver bird, you'll probably know it comes from...
Yorkshire.
A weaver bird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes.
African bird. It's Jackson's widow bird.
Jackson's widow bird.
The next one,
Okay.
at least name the type of bird it is.
Jabiru, it's a stork.
And it is a jabiru.
Jabiru,
Correct
yes.
answer.
Yes, of course.
Very good. This man is good. That is a jabiru. It's a stork, and it can be 5 foot tall with a 9-foot wingspan. It's a hell of a stork. Well spotted, and well, this man is impressive.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, and the last one.
Oh, it's very punk rock. It's from...
It's
I would say it's from the 70s.
Jedward.
We'll allow you that. I think it could be called the Jedward bird from now on. It does have another J word. Do you know what type of bird that is, Bill?
It's
Hawk.
No.
Look at the size of its beak. What? How can it pick up a rabbit?
It's actually...
Those are oranges.
It's a waxwing.
It's a waxwing,
It's
yes.
a Japanese waxwing.
Oh, it's a Japanese one.
Japanese
Ah,
waxwing,
okay,
found in
right.
Japan, China, and Eastern Russia.
Right.
Very good. OK. What did Watson do twice as often as Holmes?
Well, I don't want to say now. I guess he had more time on his hands.
Stick with it. Stick with it.
What did he do twice?
Oh, no, I do know.
Yes.
It's ejaculate.
Ejaculate is the right answer.
This is the one thing I know about Sherlock Holmes because it's in the book.
Yes.
It's an old term meaning to
exclaim.
Exclaim,
Right.
yeah.
Expostulate. He constantly... But Holmes, I ejaculated. You get a lot.
I mean, the books are brilliant anyway, but
They
the
are.
idea, but that every 20 pages that happens, and you go,
Yes. Yes, there are 23 ejaculations in the canon, as it's known.
They call it a canon.
Canon is the...
And one up the spout.
As in the word canonical.
Give to you the cannon.
Yeah.
Stand back.
There's approximately 23 ejaculations, 48 terabytes
So
of information
wishing.
coming your way. Stand by.
You're a very lucky lady.
Watson ejaculates 11 times.
Stand by.
Holmes, on one occasion, refers to Watson's ejaculations of wonder being invaluable to his art. Watson does ejaculate from his very heart in the direction of his fiancée. Holmes gives 6, but there is one where it's quite hard to tell who it is. So,
That can happen, Steve.
who's ejaculating here?
Let's just imagine.
So he sat as I dropped off to sleep, and so he sat when a sudden ejaculation caused me to wake up. I
Oh, no,
found...
he's having
Have
one
you ever
now.
been woken up by a sudden ejaculation?
talked enough about your dreams. There's a fellow called Phelps in the wonderful story, The Naval Treaty. He ejaculates 3 times, actually. The only other ejaculator is Mrs. Sinclair's husband, who ejaculates from a second-floor window.
This is the most fun I've ever had on this show.
So, now, who first used the expression OMG?
Was it Hannah Montana?
It wasn't Hannah Montana.
My guess.
It's a good guess. A reasonable guess.
I'm guessing that in the past it's meant something else.
No, as oh my God.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Not...
Well, it's-
No, this is genuinely use of OMG in a communication.
Is it going to be on a Morse code?
No, though, funnily enough, you're in the right area. It was
military.
Kissinger?
It's not military, naval. It was 2 of the great naval figures of the First World War. Who was the First Lord of the Admiralty during
Churchill.
I have no idea.
Churchill, Winston Churchill. But the great Lord Fisher, in 1917, wrote a letter to Winston Churchill saying, I hear that a new order of knighthoods is on the tapis, meaning on the carpet. OMG, shower it on the Admiralty. So there you are. Oh, my God.
What year was that, sorry?
1917.
OMG.
Yeah,
That's
OMG.
a really good fact.
That's a good fact, isn't it?
Can we be certain he meant, oh my God? He might have meant
Yes, no, he definitely did. He put oh my God in brackets afterwards. He wrote OMG
that
brackets.
rather ruined the point of
Yeah, I
abbreviating
know.
to the
But as he
second.
was the first user, I guess he had to explain it.
OMG, by which I mean, of course, the
Right.
longer expression, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Eric Partridge's Dictionary of Abbreviations in 1942 contained dozens of SMS-friendly examples, such as AGN for again, MTH for month, and GD for good. So they pre-existed.
But I heard someone vocalise LOL. I actually heard someone said LOL as opposed to laugh. There's 2 kids in the street, and I told them, she went, LOL, like that. Rather than laugh.
Yeah.
That's just some horrible
that
post-Orwellian nightmare.
How amazing is that going to be at stand-up gigs if people just, an audience starts going,
LOL. Yeah. Let's just try it. No,
hang on
after
a second.
3. I'll just say the word LOL with as little expression as you can. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. LOL. That's the...
Tim Minchin has actually suggested that because people don't laugh out loud when they say lol, that he suggests MAS, mildly amused smirk. Which would be quite good, because that's what happens.
Nelly is another one that you could have.
Yeah?
Nelly, N-E-L-I. Not even laughing inwardly.
But you'd be impressed to know that in 1659 is the first use of to unfriend, which we thought was a modern Facebook phrase. But to unfriend was used by Thomas Fuller, who wrote to theologist John Heylin, I hope, sir, that we are not mutually unfriended by this difference which hath happened betwixt us.
yes. And then I believe his friend wrote back that he liked that letter.
Yeah, he liked that. Anyway, where do Arabic numbers come from?
Oh,
What's that?
I don't know. Interesting fact, though, the Oasis is about 110 miles that way.
No, that's the chart position in... in the Yemen.
They're not as big, there, are
No,
they?
they don't like it.
Now, what do we mean by Arabic numbers?
We mean the ones that we use, don't we?
I presume you mean how people who speak or write Arabic
No,
write numbers.
we call our numbers Arabic numbers.
Do we? I thought our numbers... Oh, OK.
Roman alphabet
Right.
and Arabic numerals.
And Gregorian chanting. And French pastries.
But-
Danish.
You must know that. You must, come on, you
German
must know this.
mustard.
Is it Persia?
No, it's
Not going to be in
Persia.
Arabia, is it?
It's not Arabia.
It's just outside Arabia.
Sorry.
Arabia Parkway.
It's actually Hindu. In Arabic, they call them Hindu numbers. And in fact, in Arabic numbers, we have very little in common. You can see a car number plate here, and you'll see that on the left is 295994.
Oh, it's a bit
And on
new
the
money,
right,
isn't it? Yeah.
that is the Arabic for 295994. And as you can see, it's only the 9 that is actually the same.
So they're not Arabic numbers at all?
No, we
They're
tend
Hindu
to
numbers.
call them.
We should let's call them Hindu
We
numbers.
should
Hindu,
call them
yeah.
Hindu numbers. Exactly right.
Exactly.
Or
Exactly
we could
right.
call them numbers.
Yeah, but what's the fun in that?
Yeah, quite. I want you to tell me, because it's quite interesting,
Go on.
and that's the name of the game, Which is the only number in the English language which, when written out, is in alphabetical order?
8.
No.
OK, well,
43.
7.
8 is good, but I comes after G.
OK, I'm going to have to guess because there's not enough time and I'm dyslexic.
1, 2, 2,
No.
3.
O comes before T. So they have to be in
0.
alphabetical
Oh, I
order.
see. Oh.
Yes, that's...
40.
40.
Yes! Well done!
Yeah, so
Very good.
Were you going through all the numbers? I was going through all the numbers at the same time that you were.
Yeah,
Got
just
it.
counting.
Yeah, 40 is the one.
Yeah, Alan was on 3 when you said
And you three were all talking and we're still going...
Counting.
What do you want?
All right. Why was the March hare so important to the Aztecs? You see?
The thing is, Victoria, whatever you dreamt was the answer is the right answer.
Yeah.
No, but
Yes.
I know the answer isn't, did they worship it? Because... I think you'll find I said that's not the answer.
Yeah.
What the answer actually is... I don't know, why is a raven like a writing desk? It's that sort of question.
It is that sort of
Maybe
question.
for years people will now debate this. 50 years from now, people will be asking, why was the March hare important to the Aztecs?
There is a kind of answer that maybe your subconscious somehow knew. They worshipped rabbits, not hares.
Yeah.
So some part of your brain knew that Aztecs worshipped rabbits.
Honestly, Aztecs
Yes,
worship rabbits?
It's true.
I swear to you I didn't know that. That's really
I swear, and I think
There
people are going
are-
to believe me.
I'll go even further than this. There are many people who believe that the rabbits that the Aztecs worshipped were jackrabbits, which are, in fact, technically a type of hare.
And a J word, which makes
And a J word.
This
So,
is spooky.
Victoria
Weird.
Coren, burn the witch.
absolutely spooky.
You didn't see that one coming, and yet you did.
And I dreamt a thing that I didn't think I knew that you say is nearly a fact beginning with J.
Yeah.
This world is far more mysterious than we give it credit for.
Isn't it just? I know. Which brings us to the scores. I don't know whether to do this backwards or forwards. I'm going to go backwards, actually, with our last place. It's noble, but it's minus 22. Jimmy Carr!
I took a few for the team. I took a couple for the team.
But I'm always happy to see, in somewhere as high as third place, Alan Davis with minus 6. And this is astonishing. With plus 10, Bill Bailey.
Really? First time out?
And the mad woman who dreams of Aztecs and hares, Victoria Coren on plus 13. Well, that's all from Victoria, Jimmy, Bill, Alan and me. Be gloriously good to each other. Thank you and good night.